Hi guys, how are you? How are you doing? I'm back with another video. Guys, okay, this video is inspired by a certain video I watched on TikTok. So I was scrolling on TikTok and I watched this video that this lady was complaining. Okay, it's like she had gotten married before she had gotten married before she knew who she is. Hmm? Like her goal was to get married, you know, and man, maybe I think she thought that her getting married is some kind of achievement or something, right? Yeah, so one thing I want to remind you guys is to make sure that you know who you are before you get married. You know why? Okay, if you're already married, please listen, maybe you can pick something. But if you're not yet married, I want to advise you to know who you are before you start thinking about marriage. Know your identity. Know your identity in God. Like start a relationship with God. Know yourself. Know your hobbies. Have a life going on for you, you know, before getting married. Because this lady was complaining. She was like, you know what? I've given all my life to this man. I've poured all my strength in this marriage. She was complaining, and okay, it was it wasn't late for her because she realized that all she ever needed was to first know herself before she entered that marriage, because that marriage really drained her a lot. So this is what happens. Instead of trying to trying to find yourself, trying to know what you want to do, like your purpose first, and trying to seek God first and do things like that before you get married, some people jump into marriage with no identity. And because we as human beings, we have a sense of worship. Every human being, as long as they are human, we have that sense of worship in our hearts, in our lives, in us. That's why if you don't find someone worshiping God, they will worship idols, they will worship something, anything, because we have that sense of worship in us. So if you enter marriage before you know who you are, then you are about to worship that man, you are about to worship that woman, because of course, if you don't have a personal relationship with God, you don't have God in your life, like you don't even recognize him, then you find something else to to fill the void in you, that void of that wanting to worship, that sense of worship in us, right? So before you enter marriage, guys, please know your identity. And the reason you should know your identity, you should know who you are, you should know what you want, you should really think wisely. The reason you should do that is that it will help you. It will help you. Like, let me tell you, oh Lord, help me to pour out this the way I should, like the right way. I want to speak everything in a minute. So, let's say you don't know your hobbies, you don't know what you want, you don't have a relationship with God, you don't see your value, you don't know that's why people settle for less, people settle for narcissists, they be beaten and trashed because they don't have no identity, because they don't know their value. That's why they settle for less and they are mistreated and all that. Man, it's not worth it. So if you're out there, before you enter marriage, make sure that you know your hobbies, you know what you want to do with your life. It will help you with planning too, because let me tell you, I'm not yet married, yeah, but then I'm saying at the point I'm at, where I'm at in my life, I'm still working on myself too. I'm like, Yeah, I want to get married one day and all that. But then, who am I before the marriage? Who am I before that man? Who am I before I think about marriage? Who am I if that marriage is not around? Like, if because some people they define themselves with by whoever they are married to or by marriage. When the moment they enter marriage, they feel like that's their identity, and it's not worth it. Hmm? Because you drain yourself. So this lady, the video I watched, the lady was like, I poured all my life in this. Like, she didn't give herself time. She gave all her time and all her life and all her efforts to her children and the husband. And it's not a bad thing. But after, because let me tell you, you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're being drained by you're thinking about everyone else but yourself, like you don't give yourself time, you don't even take care of yourself, you're taking care of everyone else but you feel drained in the end, and then you start blaming the people that you're taking care of who are innocent, because of course for them they don't see it that way. You're the one who feels a void in you. You feel like, I think I should be better, I should do better, but why am I in this cage? So married women, married men, single people, please know who you are. Let me tell you, let me give you an example of myself. Because of course I know me. So me, I love working out. I love the gym. Now I feel like the moment I will get married, if I feel like I need to rewind myself, I need rewind. No, I need to you know. Okay, if I oh God help me. Okay, I don't want to pour my entire energy in something, and I neglect myself, and then I start feeling bad. Then I start feeling, weird, and then I start complaining. It's not nice. So you should know, first of all, know your hobbies, because they really, really help. First of oh my God, no. But start with having a personal relationship with God. That will save you a lot. It will save you a lot, because when everything is going crazy around you, you run to God. You know that you run to God, you cry to God, and He will give you peace, and He will give you joy, and He will give you that He will sort you. He will fix you in whichever situation and stuff. Yeah, so you need to have a relationship with God. Second, you need to know your purpose. You need to know what am I here for? Because you're not here to just love a man or bear children or like love a woman, and that's not all, guys. That's not all. There are many people that have lived such a life. They've lived a life whereby they are just like, I'm here, like, I don't know. But most people have not even stepped into their purpose. And some people have died without stepping into their purpose. So the fact that you've started a relationship with God, God will lead you, because God is faithful. He will lead you, He will give you the wisdom to know what you should do and all that. And also, the reason it will help you to know yourself, to know your identity before you get into marriage, is because you will. Let me say, I'm giving an example. It's like, let's say, if you have no identity, if you don't know who you are, if you don't know who you are, you just give birth to maybe a lot. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. If you someone who want a big family, it's good for you. But then just imagine you're someone who doesn't have time. Like, you're someone who is extremely busy, your life. Now, let's say you've found yourself, you've found your identity, you know what you're going to be doing in this world, and you've seen your life that it's going to be extremely busy. If you know your life is going to be busy, you're not going to give birth to a lot of children, because you know very well that you're not going to get time for each of them. So you will plan better, because let me tell you guys, we have our plans, but God is will. is going to be done. So as you plan for something, because you look at yourself and you're like, wait, I think my life is going to be extremely busy. So I'm not going to be like giving birth to a lot of children because I might not be there for them, 100% or something. So you'll be like, okay, I think according to my life, I think, 2 children will be enough or something like that. If God wants more, he will give you more because he's God. We have plans, but his will is going to still be done. But then it will help you to plan better. It will help you to plan better with everything else. And it will help you to be happy in the relationship, in the marriage. You're not going to be like, because let me tell you guys, some people keep their happiness in other people's pockets. They're like, if you are in marriage and you don't take care of yourself and you don't have hobbies, you don't have a life going on, you'll be expecting your partner to fulfill you. You expect them to give you, like, to make you happy, to do what. Yet if you have your hobbies, things that make you happy, when you do it, it will give you happiness. You can, at least you release your partner for them to be themselves as you are also yourself. You do your thing, you do your life, you have a life going on. Like, yes, you don't put someone on pressure to make you happy. You don't, oh Lord, I don't know how to put it, but oh my God, it's crazy out here. People who don't know their identity, you feel like, sometimes you feel like the person, maybe you even accuse them that they are cheating because you are not comfortable in yourself. Is it comfortable? You're not even, you're not secure. You'll be like, I think he's cheating, because you feel like oh my God. Man, you need to know yourself. You need to find your identity before you enter marriage, because it will help you. You know who you are. You will not be defined by a man. You will not be defined by a woman. You will know that I have a life of my own. I have God. I have my business going on. Maybe I have my hobbies going on. I can do my thing. I can be happy without expecting someone to always make me happy. Let them be a bonus on your life. That doesn't mean that they are less of whatsoever, but don't put that burden on them to fulfill you, to make you happy all the time, to do what. Yo, some people be there and they're like, oh my God, he doesn't love me enough. You don't love yourself enough, maybe, I guess. I don't know, man. I really don't know. But just make sure you find your identity, because if you don't find your identity before you enter marriage or within the marriage, you really die sad. You'll be in a relationship, in a marriage, but you will not be happy. You feel like, oh my God, now I have. You feel like even helping your partner or like doing things for your children, you feel like it's now a burden, as if they are burdening you. But if you knew your identity, if you have your life going on, you'll be happy doing things, because you have something that makes you happy as a person. And also you are actually, you will pour into them, because you have a life. Your cup is full. So guys, this lady that I'm talking about, that put all her eggs in one basket, which is her marriage, that did not know her identity, that did not know what she wanted and all that, I feel like, okay, I don't feel like, I remember she said that she spent like 30 years in that marriage. By the time she shared this, she was kind of 55 years. Guys, 55. And that's when she woke up and she was like, wait, I'm in this marriage, but by the time I entered this marriage, I didn't know who I was. So I've spent my entire life serving a man, serving my children, doing everything, but I didn't even tap into my purpose. I didn't even like do the things I love. I've been in a marriage. She was like, she felt drained, and in the end, what happened? She got divorced. okay, she divorced the man, they got a divorce. So what do you gain if you enter a marriage without knowing your identity? You'll soon or later start regretting and saying like, oh my god, I'm drained in this marriage. Because she was in the marriage, she was just doing the chores of washing, cleaning, and doing all that, and she didn't know who she wanted to be, what she wanted to be, what she wanted to do, like her hobbies. She never tapped into all that. So please, if you have time, do it now. Like, find your purpose. I'm not saying that get a divorce. Just think. First of all, start by having a relationship with God, then start thinking of what are the things I love doing. What is my purpose? It will help you a lot. You will live in your marriage, but in harmony with your husband, because you will be fulfilled. Hmm? Yeah, you will not put a burden on your husband to fulfill you. I love you guys. So guys, if you have a life going on, it will even help your partner to also have their own life. Because let me tell you guys, yes, when you get married, you become one, right? Yes, we all know that we become one. But then, yes, we are one, but we are still different. Kinda. Guys, don't take me so serious, because I'm not yet married, but then these are just my thoughts, right? These are my thoughts. Don't become a miserable person in your marriage. Hmm? Don't become a miserable person. Find your identity. Who are you? What do you want in life? Hmm? What are the things that make you happy? What are the things that you do and you feel recharged? Me, I love going to the gym. When I'm at the gym, I'm working out, I'm sweating, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good. So that's how I recharge somehow. And then a relationship with God, it will fuel you. It will fuel you guys. It will give you so much peace. God will fight for your battles, like there. And also, know your friends. Be careful with the friends you have, because sometimes those can make you do right decisions or wrong decisions. Also, be careful of the things you listen to, the things, the advice you hear from a lot of people. And also, don't overshare. Don't overshare. Don't tell people your business. Everything, like, share with the right people, maybe, if you know that it's a right person and you know that whatsoever. And also, you can't trust nobody. Remember that. But then also, be careful with sharing your business with the outside people, because you're in a marriage. You guys, don't be exposing your husband, don't be exposing your wife just because they made a mistake. This is just a mistake. We are not perfect human beings. You don't go out there telling everyone. Don't be a loose mouth. Hmm? If you want to keep your marriage, your partner needs to trust you. If they don't trust you, if they lose trust in you, then man, it's kaput. Hmm? Don't overshare. Be careful with the friends you have. Have a life of your own. And also, do the small, small things. Okay? They help. Do the small, small things. Don't be like, you know what? Communicate. Communicate, guys. Communicate in your marriages, in your relationships. Communicate. Don't be out there. You're like, you're doing things big. Unless you want to surprise your husband or your wife. And don't be hiding things, and then they find out later on, and then you get a misunderstanding for no good reason, just because you didn't communicate nothing. Communicate. Don't be fearful. This is your partner. If that person decided to choose you, if they decided to settle with you for forever, or something, like for the rest of their lives, then that means they should accept you for who you are. There are things you people hide. You be hiding things, and then someone else from the outside whatsoever comes and they tell your partner whatsoever, and then you're like, oh my god, what, I was trying to protect you. You are not trying to protect him, you're not trying to protect her, you're protecting yourself. I don't know what you're doing. But don't let other people come in and be like, tell your partner's secrets or some things that you didn't share yourself. You need to, that person need to try to just accept you the way you are, because let me tell you, we are not perfect. We've done some ill mistakes. uh, like back then, we've done a lot of mistakes. We've done things that we are not proud of. But if you are going to get married to this person, be open, tell them whatsoever. Don't give another demon, because some people in your lives are demons. I'll be real. Don't let another demon that doesn't even like you, that calls themselves friends and whatsoever, whoever. Don't let them bring their loose mouth to your husband or to your wife, telling them something that you never told them about. If this person has chosen you, they should really accept you with all your baggage. With your baggage. We are not perfect people. Okay, let's say me, I've seen some people, they have kids out there and they hide a child. Why are you hiding a child? That's your child. If this man loves you, if this woman loves you, they will accept your child. If they don't accept that child, I will not say that do everything or something, but I don't know. That maybe they're not for you, because if you love someone, you love them with everything. Maybe, okay, the flaws and all that, they work on that and all that, but don't be hiding things that are going to make your marriage break. All things that are going to bring misunderstandings and take away the trust. Don't give other demons the chance to ruin you. Be open with your person. Communicate. Communicate. Sometimes what you're hiding is not as big as the disappointment that that person will feel after they find out themselves. Maybe you forgot that you ever did something. Maybe that can happen. Maybe you forgot, but everything you've done that you remember, and you know that maybe one day they will come out, be like, be open and share with your partner. Don't let other people, relatives, friends, because those are the best people that really don't want you to be happy. I'm not going to lie. Strangers might not come to break your marriage. No, it's ever your family, your friends, the so-called friends, because they are frenemies and they're hiding and you can't even tell because they are always smiling. Yo, look out for yourself. But everything, surrender to God and have a relationship with God. He will fight your battles. But man, find your identity, know who you are, know whose you are before you enter into that marriage, before you accept to marry that person or to get married to that person. It will help you a lot, it will save you a lot. I love you so much. I love you so much, guys. Know what you want in life, it will help you. Even that person will treat you better. I'll not lie. That person will treat you better if you know who you are. If you don't know who you are and you fall onto the wrong person, they will define you the way they want. They will use you, they will misuse you, they will even, it will be too bad for you. You need to know who you are, whose you are, and know that that person doesn't define you. God defines you. He defines you. You're not going in this marriage to worship a man. You're not going in this marriage to worship children. You're not going in this marriage to worship anything, but you are worshiping God. You have a life of your own that is going on, and you respect your husband, you love your husband, you love your wife, you do all that, but then they don't define you. Yes, you've become one, but if you lose yourself in a human being, you will I don't know what will happen to you. Yes, love on your person, praise them if you praise them. Do all that. Love them. Healthy, a healthy relationship is that two people know who they are. Don't be boasting like, oh, you don't know who I am? What? Be respectful, but then don't forget yourself. Don't lose yourself. I don't want you to regret later and be like, these people used me. These people, I put in a lot. Like, I gave you all my all. I gave you my everything. I gave you my everything. What? No. That line, that line of I gave you my everything. What is for people who don't know who they are. They expect their partner to fulfill them, and no human being can fulfill you. I feel like it's your relationship with God and your purpose that fulfills you because yeah, your relationship is it adds on the fulfillment, but it's not, you don't put all your expectations in your relationship to fulfill you, to make you happy, to do what. Is that person God? That person is not God. Let someone live their have their life. Yes, I'm not saying that you have separate lives, have one life, but let them do their thing as you do your thing, and then come together and be in harmony and be happy together, because you're all happy. I don't know if it makes sense, but I love you guys. If you don't have a personal relationship with God, start it today. He loves you. Peace. I'm out of here.